Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ in the studio with me.
Craig, how the hell are you?
I'm great, Cock Johnson.
All right, thanks, Ray.
Yeah. You know, last Saturday, old CJ celebrated a birthday. He looks older.
Oh, Jesus, not that again.
And
that's done.
I wasn't going to say wiser. I was just going to say older. That's all I was going to say.
Yeah,
you look older.
No kidding.
Yeah. Congratulations on making it another week.
Within a fraction of a second, I changed from one word to the word kidding.
What do you mean?
I said, yeah, no kidding.
Ah, right. Yeah, see, you are. Yeah, well,
Hope you appreciate that.
Maybe you are getting wiser. Maybe that could be a thing.
Almost came out.
Yeah. Well, you know, he had his own little song last week, the Ballad of Cock Johnson. Well, we're not going to abuse everybody with that once again.
Please.
Unless you know, Jerry the Diver Guy was such a fan. He's like, could we play that again?
No, I think everybody hated it.
No, Jerry was a big fan. He loved it.
Oh, play it again. What the hell?
Good thing we never listened to him. Otherwise, we would.
No, sometimes you do.
No, never. Not when I'm sober. He's kind of like he's like the bad guy on your shoulder. You know what I mean? The devil on your shoulder.
Guy?
Yeah, the drunk one.
You can do it.
You mean the devil?
There's the sober one and the drunk one. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. We got other stuff to accomplish today. As you can see, Jerry the Diver Guy with us, Barry the Bugger, and Mermaid Kristen to offset the fact that we have Barry and Jerry. So, it's all about the yin and the yang.
It's all about balance.
Yeah, and it works. And, some kind of twisted way. So we'll take it, and we'll make the best of it as we launch into, I don't know, I think we're getting into the best time of year to go diving.
Yeah, when are we going to do that? Jesus.
Well, we're going to make it happen.
Out.
I mean, I think it's time to schedule something. I told CJ.
I'm getting cranky.
You are. I thought it was just the birthday thing, and in fact, he's getting older. But no, I think it's starting to dry out. It's past time. Once you're out of the water for so long, you start to get, I don't know, crotchety. Just gotta, it's a thing when you're a diver. After you spend too much time on land, you're like, okay, I got to get back.
I need a little zen. I'm starting to turn into a dick.
Well, yeah, you've been there for a while, but it's more of an aggravated kind of, it's exacerbated.
He's a grumpy old man.
By the way, thanks for the rum.
Yeah. Oh, you got some of that, did you?
Put a little
kick. Well, you need that
shot in my coffee
to lubricate the old joints.
It's good. This is hazelnut coffee. I put ice in it
with a kick of something extra in there.
Kick Grandpa's cough syrup.
All right, there you go. Whatever it takes. We're not diving today.
Little nip.
So that if you can't dive, maybe you might have a cocktail.
The caffeine helps me pay attention.
Pretend you're at a tiki bar and talking about diving. So yeah, that is one of the topics we're going to discuss today.
Tiki bars?
No, going diving.
Oh.
I got a few days around Labor Day that I've blocked out.
It's a long way away.
God,
it is.
Greg.
Well, I mean, you guys, Jerry and Barry and CJ can't be me and Kristen. I mean, we got a big dive plan with Explore Ventures August 12th. So, we got a big trip coming up then, and that's, a little bit over a month away. Not much. And, we might
can't do anything before that.
Well, no, I'm working on something. I'm actually
You've
waiting.
been working on this for like 2 weeks.
Well, I've been working on getting my private pilot certificate, so I've been focused on flying instead of diving. However, I do have some new gear coming in the mail, I think this next week, and I might want to try to get it wet before our trip in August. So we may have a quick run down to South Florida.
And what kind of gear do you have coming?
I'm not going to tell you because you'll want it, and you can't have it.
Well, he's going to find out sooner or later.
Well, he'll find out along with
Craig.
everybody else.
Craig.
Yeah, what is this? What do you mean, Craig?
Craig.
It's Greg the Dive Master.
Craig the
Got
Dive
it.
Master.
I don't know who Craig
the
is.
dive master.
Boarding Wyoming.
What is wrong with
Hey,
you people?
Ray, rock and roll.
Are you guys are still on like a 4th of July mode or something,
No,
aren't
you're
you?
calling me that name you call me, so I'm going to call you Ray and Craig.
Wait, what do you mean the name I call you?
You know.
CJ?
Nope.
Cock Johnson?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I don't call you that.
Yeah,
The
you
world
do.
calls you
know
that.
I don't like it, and you use it anyway, which is fine.
What do you mean you don't like
But
it?
don't expect me to not fire back.
You have your own song.
Ray.
It's okay,
You
Craig.
feel the love.
The only person who can call me Ray is Eddie Money, and he's dead now. So
No, I'll pick up for him.
no, I had him sign an autograph album years ago, and he asked what my name was. I said Greg, and he wrote it, "Hey Ray, rock and roll."
That's what he heard.
And I didn't see it till I got home, but I was like, oh well, it's still an autographed album. It's Ray instead of Greg.
It's actually a better story.
Hey Ray, rock and roll. Anyway,
That's why I call him Ray.
but that's not why we call you Cock Johnson. It's because you're a fan of roosters.
No, I'm not.
I think you are. That's how it
I
happened.
like chicken.
Down in the Keys. And the Keys may be
It's
where
got a
we
foul
go.
taste.
I am looking at doing a quick run down to the Keys possibly around Labor Day because, we have lobster season opening up the end of July.
All right, screw this. Jerry, Kristen, Barry, whoever wants to go, we'll talk off air. I'm gonna organize something without Greg.
What do you mean?
So
Yeah,
we don't have
let's
to
do
wait
it.
for
Yeah,
you.
well, you
till
don't like
Labor
the
Day.
you don't like the idea of going down to Labor Day?
I do, but I don't want to wait. I want to do that and
I've been
something
trying to
before
get you
that.
to go for the last few weeks. But no.
Well, he didn't want to go with you, Jerry.
No, I didn't want to go to the Springs around the 4th of July.
Well, is that what
I
he?
mean,
is that what he threw at you?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't
No,
sound.
I
no,
just said I wanted to run over to the Springs one day, go kayaking,
Yeah, it was
and go have
the
fun.
weekend of July 4th, which would
Really?
be the most slamming
But I
ever.
changed that though.
You changed it to what?
Yeah, because it didn't dawn on me it was the 4th of July. And
Okay.
I'm like, oh hell
Well,
no.
He doesn't
Well,
own a calendar.
Why would it matter though? What's wrong with the 4th of July?
Too crowded, man. You've been to
Dude,
those state parks.
It's like
They're
a
crazy.
Walmart parking lot on Black Friday.
Well, maybe, but you'd be under
Maybe
the
my ass, definitely.
under the water. It would be nice and go. It was really hot 4th of
Yeah,
July,
you won't be able to surface because they're all the.
but you would be nice and refreshed and cooled off.
The Springs would be salty water then.
Why?
Don't be gross.
Well, just think about that, Greg.
I'm not going to because you just said it would be gross. So
Not sure
I'm
where he's going.
I'm
but
not
it
going to
can't-
go there.
It's nowhere good.
You know that's the case. But I'm thinking if we did Labor Day, it'd be like a couple weeks after the
And
opening
it'd
of
be
Florida
crowded again.
spiny. No, it won't. Florida spiny lobster season would go down on Sunday.
That's what, September?
Yeah,
Oh, God.
the first weekend of September.
That's 2 months away.
Well, I told you.
far away.
Look, I told you that I have a plan to possibly do something before our liveaboard trip too, but
Let's
I
talk
don't.
about that.
Well, I don't know yet because I got to wait and see if this gear comes here quickly or not.
Screw the gear.
Yeah, that gives me an extra incentive. Wait, Kristen, you're little, you're jonesing too
We're
to
all
dive
jonesing.
even before our liveaboard trip. Is that in August 12th? What are you thinking?
It's funny. I was FaceTiming a friend before I started doing the show just now today. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm just in a mood and I don't know why I'm in this mood, but I'm in a mood. And I can't describe to you what the mood is, but I'm pretty positive it's because I haven't been in the water in months.
Aha. She's suffering. She's a mermaid. And if they don't get water, they turn into, what happens to a mermaid if they don't get enough water?
People.
Oh, no, I thought it was sea hag or something. No? No, it's not. All right, we'll find out. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Bula! You'll hear that a lot when you visit Fiji. It's more than a greeting. It's the spirit of this friendly country. With 333 islands, white sand beaches, and year-round tropical warmth, it's hard not to feel happy at this exceptional dive destination known as the soft coral capital of the world. Fiji Airways has a modern fleet of aircraft to take you to Fiji in style and at great prices. Contact your travel agent now or go to FijiAirways.com and plan your Fijian dive adventure. That's FijiAirways.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures ScubaRadio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a ScubaRadio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Come on for the magical scuba dive tour. Right this way.
Come on.
What the hell was that?
Come on to the magic dive tour. Come on.
Could you, shut up?
Come on to the magic dive tour.
I don't want to hear you.
This is your invitation. Come on to the magic dive tour.
What's wrong with you?
Come on. Might see a levitation. Come on to the magic dive tour.
What are you, an idiot?
Our magical scuba dive tour is waiting to take you to play the unique Scuba Radio way. Dive in today. No, that's awful. That's awful.
So let's clear the air of that.
Okay, we can do that. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Magical Scuba Dive Tour, August 12th through the 19th in the Turks and Caicos with Explorer Ventures, 1-800-322-3577. Call them up right now. They're still running that $1,000 off deal, and you can use it for that week. And join us. Mermaid Kristen's going to be there. Kelly. We got 2 mermaids and a magician, Scott, who was on the show last week. We're very excited about this. We're going to be shooting a special video, by the way, on the cruise that week, as well as doing the show from the deck of the boat. You know, CJ, Barry, and Jerry are all very, very upset that they're not going to be on board.
No, I'm not.
And we're going to be on the boat, basically saying for 7 days, "Suck it, losers."
I'm going to make my own trip.
What boat?
Turks and Caicos Explorer 2 live aboard.
Located where?
Okay, Barry, what is your point? Get to it.
I'm just
is there a joke there, or
no?
you just...
No, you said I'm supposed to be carrying and all that. Yeah, it would be great, but I can't. So
right, yeah,
you could rub it in. That's all right.
I don't know. I will.
It's all
right. Count on it. That's what
One
you do.
day I'll see Greggy on the side of the road, thumbing a ride, and I'll just wave.
And he'll say, "Okay, hop on board. Come on. Got to suck up to this guy if I'm ever going to get on one of these cool trips he goes on."
Possibly.
It could happen someday for Barry,
Yeah.
but not on this one. So, Kristen will have the opportunity to say second loser, and you too could. Yeah, you could do this just by booking a spot. There are still
I'll
a few
just be a
spots left.
nerd.
Well, you are.
Well,
We love you anyway, Barry.
I know.
Anyway, so that is a month away still, and I'm waiting on some gear to come in. I think it is going to come this next week. So CJ was telling me during the break that Kristen was going like, "Why you got to wait on the gear to go dive?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't have to, but
just being a jerk."
Yeah, right. No, you see, I'm juggling a few things right now. I'm actually trying to get my private pilot certificate, so I'm flying airplanes, and I got to fit some diving in between all this. So I got to be efficient in my choices. And if the gear comes, this next week or so, I'll probably try to run down to South Florida, the Keys or something, and we'll do something.
You're going to need more than one weekend to practice with whatever gear you're getting if you want to be good at it.
No, I won't.
Yeah,
I need to get it in the water. Why would I need?
Especially if it's a new computer or something like that.
No, it's not. Not a new
computra, as you call them.
Yeah, it's I'm getting a new rig set up that I just want to get in the water with.
Oh, that's easy. Breathe in, breathe out.
Right. Exactly. It'll be simple, but just get it wet. And then I do know that Kristen wants to get in the water just to get ready for a week-long dive palooza in the Turks and Caicos, so to speak, because I don't think she's never been on a trip like this where she gets to dive up to 5 dives a day, right? This will be new for you.
Well, I've done a liveaboard before, but it was different.
Yes, it wasn't like this. Not even close.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. And it was not, I could dive if I wanted, but most of what we were trying to do then was like underwater modeling.
Right.
But I'm super excited. Plus, I have a new BCD I've never used too that I need to test out before the trip.
Yeah. See, she has new gear. I'm gonna have new gear, so we'll come up with something. And CJ, you could buy something new and then join us for this too.
I don't need to. I'm good.
Okay, you just want to get wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just for the record, just to clear the air, if a mermaid doesn't get wet at a certain time, what happens? They don't turn into a sea hag, Kristen.
Look, that's what happens to her. She's
they grow
dried
legs.
No, it's called. It's the siren. That's the siren part comes out.
The siren part comes out.
And we start trying to drag people to the water.
Oh, drag them to the water to their deaths. Is that kind of how it is? Depends on the day.
Now, do you smash their heads into the rocks or just?
I think they eat them.
Something takes care of that for you.
The movies I read or seen, the mermaids usually eat them. Like
really?
Decapitate.
Oh my God.
The unsuspecting. Yeah, that's there. It's
better
out there
get her
on
wet
YouTube.
soon.
Yeah. Well.
Holy hell.
She'll go after some, easy
murderous.
target like Cock Johnson, Barry the Bugger, or
No, that's why
Jerry
we're
the
not going to
Diver
be
guy.
there. We don't want to get chewed up and spit out.
No, sure you do. You've
Meet
had
you at the
shark.
water, not
Look at
before.
those teeth she has.
Meet you in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, yeah, so that makes you guys want to go, or now you don't want to go? 'cause
Still
you're
want to
afraid?
go. I don't want to meet her before we're in the water.
All right. So as long as you don't see the mermaid
See, look at her.
before.
She's got murder in her eyes.
Yeah, you could see it, those eyes,
That's
man.
it.
It's like
See the
lasers
murderous-
coming out of it,
Murderous gaze.
She just broke her. Yeah, she just broke it. She's smiling.
Okay. Well, I know you guys have a preference on where you want to go get wet then?
Somewhere saltwater, warm, good viz.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
definitely warm now.
Actually, as hot as it's been, though, I'm wondering if the Keys.
Fort Lauderdale.
Well, no, I'm wondering if maybe running over to the Springs might be a better
Nah,
option.
it's too damn cold.
No, it's not. It's like 95 degrees in Florida right now.
No, the Springs are
The
72.
The water is freezing.
And you
Yes,
know that.
I know, but this would be the time to actually go do that because it would
No.
actually feel good.
I mean, it's better than nothing, but
Then when you come out of the water, you're like, oh my gosh, you dry, you
that's
warm
not what
up
I say,
instantly.
but okay.
What do you say?
I'm a little more colorful. Can't say.
Okay,
on the radio.
you're
It's currently 87 degrees water temp in Fort Lauderdale.
It rhymes with holy truck.
okay. Boy, you are in a mood.
I told you, man. I'm serious.
Kristen said she was in a mood, but I think you're the one in the mood.
I'm usually in a
Cock
good mood
Johnson.
on Saturdays. And
Ah.
I
CJ's going
kinda
through
am.
menopause.
What? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
that's
he's
it,
at that
Barry.
age.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for cracking the code.
Wow.
Solve the mystery.
Barry's been there, done that a while ago, so maybe
That's right.
He knows
I don't have
something.
to deal with it anymore. As I said, it's currently 87 degrees in the water today.
So that's like diving in bath water.
That means, yeah.
So that means what?
It's fine.
You could dive for hours and not get a chill.
Okay. Well,
No doubt.
I'm thinking the springs might feel pretty refreshing because.
All right, why don't you go dunk your ass in the springs then?
All right. So if the springs are,
I'm going to the ocean.
All right. I just thought maybe that would be a good reason to go. You know what? I mean, it is going to be really nice bathwater.
I could do that any day of the week.
What? The springs
Springs
or
are
the
not
ocean?
far from me.
Well, you don't, but you don't, and you just want to get wet.
I want to go saltwater.
All right, old salty dog
Can't see
over
too
here.
much in the springs anyway.
Yeah, you can see quite a bit actually. Yeah, boy, okay. Tough crowd. More coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Remember, you're swimming right now. Enjoy it. Don't grab for the water, man. Relax and just float. This is awesome.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me. We got Barry the Bugger. We got Jerry the Diver Guy. Even Mermaid Kristen with us. And it appears the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad is suffering from, I don't know, what is it like when you haven't got your fix in a while?
We need electrolytes. We need salt.
Electrolytes, is that what it is?
We need salt.
Dehydration.
Withdrawals, I don't know. They're suffering. It's just for whatever reason in our schedule, we have not been diving lately. Now, I said my excuse was I'm trying to get my private pilot certificate, but I do have some stuff scheduled in a month, and I'll probably try to run down and do some diving in a week or two with some new gear I hope to get my hands on.
Now you're talking.
But I also have a window around Labor Day. So
Okay,
I figured we'd do the show Saturday
do both.
of Labor Day weekend and then run down to Fort Lauderdale,
Cool.
hang out at the Gomez Hilton or the Watson Weston, maybe even head down to Key Largo and visit Captain Slate.
Love it.
And do like a little 4 day run down there. What do you think?
Now you're talking.
Well, I was talking about that earlier, but you were like, too far away. That's how you sounded,
Only
Cock Johnson.
because because it's too long to wait. Now you mentioned going earlier in a couple of weeks.
Well, you weren't listening, were you?
I was listening.
No,
you,
you
didn't say
were
that
not.
Until like the fifth time.
You were just
mentioned it.
humoring me, is what you were.
Well, I got something around Labor Day, and then we're going on Liverpool.
I don't sound like that.
Well, you sound like this.
All right, the Greg and CJ show is now over.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's just.
Are we going to hand it
I
over to the Jerry and Barry show?
Hell no.
Sure,
God
why
help
not?
us. God
Kristen will
help us.
she'll navigate us.
All right,
She's the
she
only
can do
smart
it.
one.
She doesn't want any part of that nonsense.
Yeah. She's going to see you guys before we jump in the water. She's going to bite your head off.
She's going to kill you.
Yeah, the keel hole, like keel.
No, kill.
Oh, definitely. Like
Cill.
Okay.
My landlord.
So mermaids get they turn to the dark side or something when they haven't been in the water after a certain period of time. So Kristen's feeling it a little bit as well, but
Not a little bit. I'm feeling it a lot of it.
Yeah,
it's.
Well, I thought last week you did some in water stuff because you did a mermaid shoot in a
Yeah,
pool
but
or
that's
something.
different. That's just
It doesn't
a
count?
pool, and that's not doing anything really.
That's
Yeah.
a pool, fool.
But it's still wet. The water is
needs
wet.
to be saltwater. Needs to be ocean.
Has to be ocean.
We're spoiled,
It
man.
was a saltwater pool, but
Oh, see?
All right, that helps.
Okay,
still just a pool. Like it's not the same.
That probably only chilled her out for like an hour.
Right. Actually, you know what we were supposed to.
It's making me nervous.
Yeah, we were supposed to go scallop fishing with Casey. Where's Casey today? Where
I
is he?
think he's out in. He may be out.
He's
in the
out
water.
scallop
out
hunting,
somewhere,
isn't he?
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
fishing for scallops.
Is it
He left
scalloping?
us.
Like galloping?
I think so. Scalloping, yes. Because Florida scallop season just opened up. And I bet you that's what happened. He went out and he said,
Well, we
"Screw
would
you
have had to
guys."
be here to do the show anyway, so we couldn't go like right this minute.
But we go as soon as we're done. And would that count?
I didn't pack anything. I got to go home and.
Well, it's just
grab some
snorkeling. That wouldn't be diving for the
I still need
scallops.
my mask and my snorkel.
What about the scallops? Would that count? Would that count, Kristen? Do
No.
you like scallops?
It'd be fun, but it doesn't count.
It doesn't
I
count.
won't eat them.
You
but
won't
I
eat
might-
them?
Oh, you don't like those? I love scallops.
You'll keep.
No, I don't like shellfish like that. I'll eat crab, but that's about it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's the best kind of mermaid you
I'll
could
eat
ever
her
bring
scallops.
along. I was
freaking
gonna
love
say,
them.
I bet you will.
I love scallops.
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want to eat her scallops? Because that's the best kind of mermaid. What are you making that face for, Kristen? No, that's the best kind of dive buddy to have. Is someone who will hunt lobster or scallops or whatever.
And
They
won't
don't
eat
eat
'em.
them.
Yeah.
They'll just help you catch them. And he's like,
Being a mermaid, she probably has like fine-tuned senses where she knows where they are and
exactly
grab them better than you.
call
or
the
me.
scallops to her. They
She'll
probably
sing and they'll just come. They'll
Be the
float
scallop
over to
queen.
yeah,
Yeah.
the scallop queen, sure.
Scallop
her. They
siren.
follow her to their death.
Well, yeah, it's the siren song of scallops. Probably it probably works on scallops just like it works to guys. As she sings and lures them to their death.
Different songs, but yeah, you're
Totally
right.
different songs. Like the scallop song would sound how exactly, Kristen?
The scallop song's more happy as opposed to the.
Give us a
human
little
song
example.
is-
What would it sound like? You think about like?
I can't give that example.
It sounds
I can't
similar.
give that
It,
away.
it probably sounds similar to like the Ballad of Cock Johnson. I would imagine.
Nobody's following that.
No, they could listen to last week's show, and
If you want to repel them,
is that what it is? You play that? Okay, maybe that.
they scatter.
All right. What is Jerry the diver guy roasting marshmallows? What the hell did?
Who knows?
I
can see him on
actually
YouTube, Facebook,
working
and
on
Twitch. What are you
I'm
doing?
working on a snare.
A snare?
Snare drum?
Yeah, lobster snare.
And it involves marshmallows? Because it looks like you got a speared marshmallow
Greg, are
on
you
a pole.
hungry? What are you seeing?
I thought I saw a marshmallow on there. Look at that. Doesn't it look-
No,
oh,
that's,
he's got his equalizer thing out.
Got my equalizer.
The
One of them is,
equalizer.
one
The
of
one
them's not working.
it's not. You got to pump it good.
Okay.
Yeah, lobster season is coming up. There's an option to do that too, I guess. But that's what I was thinking for Labor Day, was we could make that a lobster run.
Okay.
So we could do.
I gotta get my license then.
In a week or two, we could do maybe a scallop thing. But you're saying that
Well, I
won't count.
thought you was going to Oshkosh.
I am. I just said, listen, Jerry.
We
Labor Day
waiting,
weekend will be
buddy.
2 weeks after lobster mini season. So yeah, you guys can go down and do lobstering before then if you want. But I figured 2 weeks after the opening of the season,
Way
we'd run down.
after, isn't it? Doesn't it open in August 1st?
Well, but yeah, around August 6th, or officially, yeah. So it'll be open for the month of August. Let the divers settle, let the lobster settle, and then first weekend of September, run down there and do it.
All right, so that's like a month away, not
Yeah.
a week after.
Still a long time.
Well, A few weeks after, yeah. But in the between that and the trip, I'm gonna be in the Turks and Caicos. Saying exactly. Yeah, get used to it. It's gonna happen a lot, my friends. It's what you do when you go on a liveaboard trip like that. You get to, rub it into all your loser friends.
Jerry?
Yeah?
How much you give me to smack Greg right upside the head? I'm here with him. I'm in the same room.
$50, do it right now.
He's feeling pretty bold.
Yeah.
$50, do it right now.
$50.
Wow, that's more than I thought. All right.
Wow. He doesn't have that kind of money.
Has to be
Anyway.
on air, though.
Nope. Ain't going to happen. We do not condone physical violence on this show.
So quiet. Aren't you not supposed to have any dead sound?
Well, I don't know what is he talking about?
Radio stuff. You're not supposed to have dead air in radio.
Have you listened to this show over the years? 26 years,
yeah.
Barry. Come on. Anyway.
We act like we give a crap about professionalism. That was years ago.
Right. We gave up.
We got you guys on. Don't
right.
We?
Well.
Yeah.
Barry's laughing a little too much at that one.
Yeah, the highest paid.
Yeah. Well, there is a new attraction going down, I believe, this coming week. We're going to get the lowdown from Captain Cocktail, Jeff Terrell, South Florida Diving Headquarters, but there's a new underwater statue being sunk off the coast of Pompano Beach next week. I sent you guys a picture. Did you see it?
We could go down there and see it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe that'll be one of the options. What do you think of that statue? What do you think of the statue? It's pretty cool, huh?
It is cool, but what's going to keep people from walking off with it?
Well, we're going to have to wait and see because I guess we got to tell them what it is exactly, as well, because this was fresh news right off the press right before showtime today. So we'll share that with you and more coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
If you want to be a member of the Scuba Squad, you have to be smart.
I could be in the Scuba Squad?
Well, sure. All you have to do is work hard. And don't tell a soul about the Scuba Squad, because then everybody's going to want to join.
I woke up this morning with a big old smile. And I've been thinking it might stay with me a while. Today is all about the things I love to do. One of them is spending time down in the blue. Gonna pack up all our scuba gear, find a spot where the water's clear. Call up all my diving friends. Plan is getting wet, let's see who's in. Man, it feels so good to be alive. I just wanna die. I just wanna die.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. I just want to dive, but we can't seem to come up with a consensus among the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad of where we should.
No, we're all in agreement. You're the one that's.
I'm just throwing out options, throwing stuff to the wall, and I mean, you're being a little picky.
Let's go to Springs. Lame.
Well, the only reason I said
lame.
The only reason I said the Florida Springs is because we've had record heat this last week or so in Florida. I mean, it's been really hot.
Also said the Keys.
Okay, what does that have to do with the Springs, though?
Nothing. That's why we
like it. Why? I mean, you guys don't like the idea of cooling off in the Springs in the heat. I think this would be a good time to do the Springs.
You just don't want to drive all the way down here.
No, that's not it at all. The water's clear. I'm thinking that 72, 74 degree temperature would actually, when it's 95 degrees and you're sweating like
it makes it even more of a chill.
Well,
next thing you know, Greg's gonna be like, Kristen, why don't you put a mermaid tail on?
Yeah, of course. Duh.
And I'll be freezing.
Right. That's the whole idea, Kristen.
You watch your lips turn blue.
I'm glad she understands that I'm trying to have her
And I'll say, no, Greg,
cryogenically
it's too
preserved.
cold.
Yeah. I'm just, I don't want you to get old like CJ and Barry, and we can freeze her
Already
and
old,
preserve her. Oh, and Barry and Jerry too. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just looking out for you, Kristen. I mean, I don't know, but evidently
No,
I'm
he's not.
I'm on an island here, so everybody wants to do an ocean dive.
He's lying.
You want to do this new statue that they're sinking next week in Pompano?
What are they doing to it?
Sinking.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah. So they got this. It's a robot. I sent the guys the picture, and we'll try to get this up at ScubaRadio.com.
I didn't get a picture.
Well, you didn't. You don't look at your texts.
I'm looking at. I did not get a text. I must not be on that.
Everybody else got the picture of the robot diver, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kristen's
Yes, sir.
nodding her head. Barry got it. See, that's what you
Son
get
of
for
a bitch.
ignoring my instructions,
Oh, wait.
CJ.
CJ's
CJ's
not
not
on
getting
that
that
text.
text message
I'm not-
strand.
No.
See,
he's not.
she's
What?
I didn't get it.
You
I,
forgot him.
Yeah.
Did that
You left
robot
him
get
out,
its
Greg.
shoes from you, Greg?
Oh, I blocked him. That's what it was. That's right. I didn't want you to know, Cock
You
Johnson.
let Cock Johnson off the list.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
that's.
So it's a
Hey,
robot.
did you notice what that robot's using to catch lobsters with?
Well, it's not using anything. They just put that on for added.
Yeah. Yeah, but
it's
that's
not going
the
down with
proper
the
gear.
diver. It's that was for the picture because right
Oh.
now it's on display topside in Pompano Beach. But basically, it's almost like RoboCop meets scuba diver, or like a Star Wars type of robot character in dive gear. And they're going to sink this off the coast of Pompano. Now I got Jeff standing by for hour 2. He's going to give us the lowdown. But supposedly we're going to sink this.
Cool. Let's go see it.
Yeah. But it looks like, if you were swimming along, enjoying a dive in Pompano Beach, and all of a sudden you see a robot diver, like standing there saluting you, that would be kind of weird.
That'd be cool.
It is cool looking. And like I said, we'll try to get a picture of it up on ScubaRadio.com. But is that enough incentive for you to want to go there?
Yeah, I don't need any incentive to go down to Pompano.
Just has to be warm water instead of cold water.
I already like
the
it there.
Florida
Yeah.
Springs.
Yes.
We can visit Jeff.
We could. We could
Now
go down
you're
with
getting
them.
it.
Yeah. I mean, Jeff hasn't made the offer for us to come down, so you guys are
Hey,
going to have
all
to
it
suck
takes
up
is
to him.
no. All it takes is money.
And,
Don't take our
okay.
money.
Yeah, Vinny has money.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's retired now, so he
Plus-
has plenty of money
yeah.
for all of us.
Book it. Let's book it.
Okay. So Vinny sounds like he's going to lead the charge. He's going to is that what you
Well-
want to do? Go see the robot diver in
Well,
Pompano?
You got to admit, his boats are great. They're
His
fun to
boats
dive
are
from.
great, right? And
Yeah.
you just got to get wet. If we don't get wet, we turn into I don't know, what do you turn into when you haven't dove in a long time, Vinny? What do you just shrivel up and shrivel away? Or?
Vinny, no tanks.
Well, not me, because I swim a half mile every day at the local plunge.
So he gets in his liquid nourishment that way.
Plus,
so-
when the water temperature gets 68 in LA, I go bodyboarding.
Really?
Outdoor bodyboarding. versus indoor.
Look at Vinny 2 tanks. So
Kicking ass is what he's doing.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I made it to retirement. I could do whatever
When he-
I want.
That's
when
his
he's not-
secret to longevity.
When he's not making
Yeah.
pumpkins, he's bodyboarding.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, well, maybe that's the trick. Vinny, people look at him. He looks great for 104.
Well,
doesn't
I'll be 70 in August 11th.
Oh, okay. All right. I had it.
He's
I
the
was
elder
off slightly.
statesman.
Yes.
He was 34 away, though.
Yeah. But
That means you could tell Greg what to do.
So, Vinny, you should be celebrating your birthday.
It's August 11th. It's still got a few more days to go.
August 11th. Are you really? That's right. It's the day before our liveaboard in Turks. Are you going, Vinny?
Oh,
Are
the
you,
It's a good
liveaboard takes off. The liveaboard takes off the following week. Oh, that's right.
kicks off on the 12th. It's Vinny's
Well,
birthday week.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Oh my gosh.
I think
you
for a
could be
present,
on
Greg
it
should buy him a
celebrating.
ticket on the liveaboard.
Barry is going to buy your spot on the
No,
boat
I
that week for your birthday, Vinny.
Why?
Congratulations.
Explorer Ventures gave us it's only $21.95. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
They did
well,
it.
I don't
That
know.
was a good
They're
gift right
running
there.
this $1,000 off deal right
yeah,
now.
I just
so
mentioned it. Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
I
for
said
the-
$21.90. It was $31.95. Now it's $21.95.
Well, it depends on the room.
It's a Vinny birthday
pick.
special.
Well, I always get the cheap room. The below deck room. I'm a shopper.
Okay, he's a shopper.
But down
That's
that
fine.
boat, the above deck, the top deck is beautiful.
Oh,
as you
it's
know.
the whole boat is
I've
awesome.
never been cool like you and never stayed in the top. I was always at the bottom.
Well, and
He's
not
out
everybody
draining
can
the
be cool like
bilges.
me.
But you save a little money that way. I mean,
Yeah, that's fine. You
Plus-
spend your money
plus
however you
when I
want.
go to the room, I go to sleep, and then if I want to have, then I go to the top deck up top.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
Well, Barry's up top. You go snuggle with him. That kind of
What?
thing.
Wait.
What?
What?
No,
I
I'm just
didn't
saying.
say
was that, Barry?
What?
What was that?
What? No, that wasn't me.
What
That was
is
you.
it? Well, Barry's buying his spot on the liveaboard. It sounded like that's what I heard for his
No,
birthday.
Now
Right.
I'm buying Vinny. No, you're buying
Yeah,
Vinny.
because you can't go, so
You're
you figured
giving
out you would buy Vinny one for his birthday. Is that what you said?
That's right. You're gonna
Very
buy
generous.
Vinny a spot.
Barry's buying his
Well,
birthday spot.
Greg
on the
is
boat.
going to buy a spot for Vinny because it's his birthday, and Greg's
Actually,
a
it's
great
not really
guy.
necessary. I actually have I built up a pretty hefty. You go
Retirement?
No, with Explorer Ventures, if you go on several trips, you get one free. I actually have a pretty good credit going
Oh,
towards a 6th trip. Actually.
all right. Well,
So I'm doing really good with them.
well,
I mean, that's-
Vinny's he's working his angles, no doubt. But you don't have to work any angle. All you have to do is dial up 1-800-322-3577 and call Explorer Ventures and tell them that despite the fact that Vinny might be on board and Barry is threatening to go maybe or pay for a spot, you ought to go anyway. We'll be there. We'll be having a ball. It'll change your diving life for sure. And it's $1,000 off right now this week. So call them up. Join the party August 12th through the 19th. Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving is on deck. We'll find more about that statue off of Pompano. And I believe Dr. Doug Ebersol going to join us as well. Stay close.
Stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown? Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accident. accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Thanks for joining us on YouTube, Facebook, Live, and Twitch, if you are so inclined to watch us. Otherwise, enjoy the podcast and the listening experience on a station near you as we continue to celebrate the joy of diving. That's just what we do. Now, we mentioned this statue that's being placed off the coast of, I believe, Pompano Beach, Florida. We're going to get the lowdown on it specifically right now with the man himself, Captain Cocktail, as you know and love. Some people know him as that, as we do. But you may know him as Jeff Turode from South Florida Diving Headquarters, and he's with us on the phone. Jeff, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Greg, what's going on, man? Yeah, we're getting ready to do it again.
Yes. So tell us that, first off, this is a robot diver statue, right? Is that the right description?
Yeah. Just to give your listeners a background real quick, the Lady Luck, when we sank it, we put receivers all over it so that yearly or bi-yearly we could go back and put artwork on the wreck. We've done, as you know, we've done the treasure chest. We did the seahorses, and all that stuff. So now every year they commission an art through the city, and then the art committee picks a winner of a creative idea, and then they build it. And then we display it at our beach pavilion for a year for people to see.
Right.
And then we sink it on the wreck. Well, we've taken it a little further now. We've got the city to bring it over to our shop out front so the divers can take their photographs with it now before it goes down. And the idea is to have some fun trying to recreate that same photograph underwater.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which is a lot of fun. And what he is it's called Mecan H2O. He's a big robot, 7-foot robot with a commercial diving helmet on it. This guy, he's the 5th one he's done. And this is the smallest one.
Yeah.
The artist's name is Tyler Fuqua. If anybody wants to look him up, it's Fuqua Creations, Tyler Fuqua. And he's done them all over the United States, and it's an amazing piece of art.
Yeah, it kind of looks like something you would see on Star Wars, in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah. And it's built so that the fish can swim in and out of it, and in the helmet. So you could literally take a picture of a fish inside the helmet looking back at you.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting piece of artwork on the ship that will be part of the fish habitat that we've created there already.
I like it. So it's going to be mounted like to the to the platform there of the wreck.
Yeah, we've got a spot on the stern.
On the stern, okay.
On the stern area, the ship, we've cleared off one of the receivers. It will go down over that receiver, and then we'll drill holes underwater through the deck because the bottom plane has to be drilled and all threaded down. But this thing is extremely beefy. I mean, you can hook it with an anchor, it's going to destroy your anchor probably more likely.
Well, nice.
I mean, it's a really cool piece, and he's got a stainless steel Trident staff in one hand, and he's got a robot hand on the other.
Right.
side.
Now the picture that you sent us, we'll try to get that up at ScubaRadio.com. But it had a tickle stick and a net with it. But you just added that for lobster season, I assume, right?
Yeah, that's a little play on the photo contest thing, So,
yeah. Well, here's a suggestion. I would say, why don't you take a robo diver down there, mount him to the shipwreck, and put a net and a tickle stick in his hand, and then people can come down there during lobster season, use it, and when they're done, hand it back off to a robo diver and finish her dive.
You're such a forward thinker.
I got a million of them. All of them are usually pretty bad, but
By the way,
who knows?
if anybody's in, we got till the 12th, which is next Wednesday. You can stop by this weekend or come down if you can, and then you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and then all you have to do is tag us once you take the picture, and then we're gonna put all the pictures up at the end. It ends on August 27th.
Yeah.
And there's categories for just the land photo, just the sea photo, or the land and sea combo photo, which is really the one we're looking for.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to have voting on social media for the best one and give away some prizes and have a big party in the Sands on August 30th.
Okay.
So,
all right.
yeah,
Well, so it's
people
gonna
got
is this
time.
gonna culminate then with like lobster mini season then? I guess is what you're thinking, right? Won't it?
Well, it'd be past that in August.
Oh,
it
August.
would
That's
end
right.
in
I'm thinking.
August.
Yeah, August.
Yeah,
That's
no.
July, right? Okay,
You
gotcha.
know, we're going to give everybody a
more
little time
time.
to get down and dive it, and get their
Yeah.
picture with him.
Gotcha.
And
once
then
again, the
maybe,
name of what did he name it? Because it does R2D2 what?
yeah, no, it's Mecan, which is spelled MECHAN H2O.
Mecan H2O is the name of this
Yeah.
robot-looking diver thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I love
it's
it.
really cool.
Yeah. Now let's talk about mini season. Now we're not doing Bugfest per se like we've done in the past, but you're going to do one just in Pompano, right? Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's correct. I've enlisted the help of a gentleman that's new into the lobster snare business, and he's a good friends with Chiefy, which everybody knows.
Right.
And they've created some new lobster equipment, so that he's kind of running it along with Mike. What I can do, I don't have a ton of details, unfortunately, in front of me.
Yeah.
But if you go, I'm sure on SouthFloridaDiving.com and go to Bugfest and special events. Let me see here. Yeah, I think it's you can get all the information you need from there. But it's a one-day event on Wednesday, and culminating with a weigh-in from, I think it's 4 to 7 on Wednesday, and then a party after that, awards party after that. So very simple this year.
There you go.
And,
all right.
you
Well,
can sign up
CJ and Jerry and Barry got a plan now. There you go. You guys can go cover that base. Now you know what to do. So because they were bugging me. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, they were bugging you. Huh?
Right.
No pun intended.
Yes. No, it was intended. Very bad one. But yeah, we will see how that unfolds. But yeah, we wish you the best with that, and maybe we'll send some of our diver peoples down there to cover that base and pick up some bugs. Mm-hmm.
Your off-site reporters.
Right. Exactly.
Over to you, Barry.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know,
Yes,
Barry.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Are you going to go then, Barry? What do you think?
If he wants me, sure.
Oh, he has to want you.
This ain't no cheap tricks on Barry.
No cheap tricks. I better go drink some more.
You shouldn't, Jeff. Really, really shouldn't.
I'm not touching that.
All right. Well, but everything else has been going good. Like a good diving this weekend. 4th of July went really well, even though it's warm. Water's nice and cool, right?
It was spectacular. We had calm. I mean, it's been a really calm summer so far. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
We've had some storms in the afternoon the last couple of days, but that's kind of normal. But it's been great conditions. The diving fireworks was sold out. I mean, it was an unbelievable show too. So yeah, everything's going good.
All right.
Let's get some lobster.
Let set it up. Yeah, it's the last week of July, Florida lobster mini season. Go SouthFloridaDiving.com, connect with Jeff and the gang, and get your picture taken with RoboDiver and bag you some bugs. Doesn't get much better than that. So there you go. Thanks for the update, Jeff. Appreciate it, my friend.
You got it. Always good to talk to you guys. See you soon.
There you go. All right, Captain Cocktail making it happen. And we got more coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
I want to catch the oldest lobster on the planet. I want to look in the magnificent eyes of this beast. Say, oh my God, you're magnificent.
What time is it? It's sexy lobster time. Sexy lobster time. It's sexy lobster time. Who's a sexy lobster? I'm a sexy lobster. You a sexy lobster? You ain't no sexy lobster. Yeah, I'm the only sexy lobster around here. Ain't no room for more than one sexy lobster in here.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving and sexy lobster. Just a few weeks away from the opening of Florida's spiny lobster season. And you have to become one with the lobster if you want to catch them. It's a whole thing. That's why we have Barry the Bugger. You know, he connects with the lobsters on a spiritual level sometimes. And it does make you feel awkward when you're around him on the dive boat.
Right now.
Yeah. But you know, you kind of have to do that.
I learned from watching Barry in my early days.
You did?
Yeah. When I was new to
when you were new?
Catching lobsters.
When you were nude?
New.
Oh, new. I'm sorry.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
He's getting old. He needs hearing aids.
Okay.
And I would watch Barry, and he would just he'd always spot him. He'd always
Right.
be up ahead of me.
You got to lower your heartbeat. You know, get lower your breathing pace and everything. And
Yeah.
calm down, and they'll walk right out to you. They'll walk right up your arm if
You just got to know where
really
to look.
in tune with the lobster. And yeah,
You gotta look for the antennas.
you got to stick your hand in a crack. and you might not get it back if it's the wrong critter in
Crack
there.
attack.
And if you have a flashlight, they will come out to the light.
Yeah, they'll come to the light. Is that what
They
you're
come
saying?
to- they
Is it-
come to the light. Yep.
Are you saying that like telepathically?
Not the last time
to
I
the
went
lobster, Barry. When you're
You
Barry the
notice
Bugger.
I always have a flashlight with me.
And you're like, come to the light.
Come to the light. You
Come
just
to the
shine
light,
in
little
their
lobster.
eyes. They come out to you.
Unless
Look-
they've been
Okay.
picked over.
Unless
I'm
they-
terrified. I'm
Yeah, well,
terrified
you
of
should be,
lobster.
Rachel. I
have
think.
tried it, and I admire all of you guys so much because
Really?
literally it creeps me out beyond. I can't do it.
Well, we creep you
lobsters?
out. Oh, I thought. Oh,
lobsters.
oh, good. Oh,
The
good.
lobsters.
remember you
No,
saying
the
something like
lobsters.
Yes.
Rachel,
Oh
keep.
gosh,
like
I
the
have
legs,
tried.
right?
The
Yeah.
legs, and they're just so jumpy. And then the idea of putting them on me, like, oh no, you just pick it up and put it on you.
Yeah, it
No, you
looks
don't
like a
put it
giant-
on you. You put it in the
Like,
bag.
Absolutely not.
Really? So
And
you look at lobster like giant roaches. Is
Okay.
No,
yeah.
she's thinking of the movie Aliens.
Yeah.
No, I think it was Men in Black.
Okay,
That'll do
well,
it too.
they do have an alien.
Remember the thing that went up like
Yeah.
the water?
Well,
Right.
wait a minute.
Water cooler?
Wait.
That
Doesn't
thing was-
she works at the aquarium.
Mermaid
And she
Rachel
scared
does
to
the
death
Aquarium of the Pacific
the
in Long Beach,
lobster?
California. Yeah.
Yes.
They have California
yes, I have
lobster,
a traumatic
don't they?
experience that only confirmed my disapproval for lobsters on me.
Yeah.
I
well-
like looking at them. I don't, and I love a lobster taco.
Yeah. Well,
Can I
mean,
make
who
a
doesn't?
point?
You well, go ahead. CJ.
The Florida lobsters don't have claws, Rachel.
That's right.
They can't.
What
pinch
incident did you happen to have with a lobster in
The
California?
main ones, I'll get you.
Well, at the aquarium.
Yeah.
So,
Did you?
I was in this one tank called Amber Forest. It's on
Okay.
the first level.
Yeah.
It's actually now been remodeled to be called Casino Point, which is the famous site off Catalina.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah. Sure.
yeah, grand opening. So there's a
Right.
plug for the aquarium.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so I was in this tank. I was feeding a whole bunch of the eels. This tank is just known for having probably about 20 eels in all the holes, and we have to feed them individually, target feeding.
Okay. Sure.
So that's uncomfortable in the first place. But nobody told me that there was a massive, probably 50-year-old lobster in the exhibit.
Wow.
And so I'm like
Okay.
on my knees in front of this big window and everyone's watching, and there's like eels, and I'm trying to feed.
Yeah.
And then I feel something crawl up my side.
No way.
Crawling up my side, and I can't see it because I can't look down very
Yeah.
well because my peripherals. Then all of a sudden I see the tentacle, and my heart stopped. My heart stopped.
Wow.
I'm
Wait,
happy.
crabs
I'm
don't
so
have-
glad I didn't drop the bucket.
Lobsters don't have tentacles.
Well,
I'm
No, she's
antenna.
talking about the antennas. The antennas.
Antennas. Sorry.
That's
Pardon
okay.
me.
I knew what she meant. I talk Californian. So yeah.
I was in the story.
Well,
Anywho,
So
yes,
it
that
just
freaked
creeped
me
you out
forever.
that
Freaked me out.
the lobster
Freaked me out.
crawled up on you like that. Yeah, I
It
mean
did.
that's not normal. I mean, it just goes to show how professional she is because the lobster there in the tank felt that she was so relaxed. It was comfortable to crawl right up on her. They don't do that unless you're breathing really slow, calm, and maybe you have food. I don't know. Maybe that helps
Really?
in an aquarium
Really?
kind of thing. But
Really?
but it wasn't as good for you as it was for the lobster because the lobster was like, I get my freak
He did
on with
not get a piece
Mermaid
of food.
Rachel there. You did?
He
Oh,
did
you didn't
not
get the
a piece of
food?
No, he
You're
did
like,
not.
oh, get the hell off me!
No reward. No reward for that behavior.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just glad we have Rachel back with us today because, we have not had her on Scuba Radio since we cut her in half.
Oh,
And
that's
here
right.
she is. So she did. I only see one half of her right now on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. And maybe that's a good thing. The scars have all healed, though, right? Since we
super
cut
glue
you in
works
half
well.
to open
I wish I
the.
had a shoe, Andy, just to woo. Yeah, I'm happy, healthy. It was quite an interesting experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It was
I
great
really
for
don't
us, Rachel. We loved the
Yeah.
fact that you risked your life in front of us, in front of a massive crowd there at the opening of the Scuba Show in Long Beach. But was it as good for us as it was for you, is the question. Because you don't sound
think-
real like, I don't know what I got myself into. But you achieved it. So don't you feel like you accomplished something like a bucket list item?
I certainly do. It was
Yeah.
definitely. It took practice. It was kind of scary, and there was just so much adrenaline pumping through my body. I kind of like once it happened, I totally forgot that it did in a
Yeah,
way.
right.
And so I can't imagine doing that on like a bigger stage. I would pass out. It was
You did
crazy.
great.
It was so much
Yeah, it was
fun.
really impressive. I mean, the blades that cut through the box that chopped you in half, they were shiny and sharp.
It was so small.
Yeah.
The box was so small.
And
It sounds like she's still traumatized.
well, wouldn't you be? I mean,
So she's now fearful of boxes and lobsters.
see, here's the advantage Mermaid Rachel had. If we would have cut Jerry the Diver Guy or Barry the Bugger in half, we wouldn't have put them back together. But Rachel is special, and she works at the aquarium. She has a gig. She has to take care of their lobster, obviously, among other things. And it's a thing. But I'm glad she survived, and she was a great sport about it. She performed amazingly well. And we're going to talk about some of the diving she's up to out there on the left coast with Vinny Two Tanks next on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo with a buddy or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
These people sound like they're yodeling underwater.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master CJ, in the studio with me, Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad, connected via the web, Barry the Bugger, Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks, Mermaid Kristen, and also we have Mermaid Rachel, Rachel Cushman, the magical mermaid that we cut in half to open the Scuba Show. She's also the Diver of the Week today, brought to you by the Shearwater Peregrine. Embark on your adventure. So congratulations, Rachel, on that. And by the way, other mermaid news.
Thank you. I'm honored.
You know, the Mer People show that we were talking about a few weeks ago on Netflix. There was a mermaid missing from that show, Marina, the fire-eating mermaid, who has the rec bar gig down there in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
Saw a thing on Facebook this week where the reason she wasn't on it, they actually did film her, I guess, for the Mer People Netflix show, but they ended up not using it. According to her, it was because she wasn't dramatic enough or something. Who knows? But she had another side gig going on, and evidently they've filmed a documentary just about her being a fire-eating mermaid.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's evidently going to make the rounds through all the film festivals over the next few months, and then it'll, maybe show up in a theater near you. But there was a trailer that got released, I think, just right after the 4th of July holiday. And it looks interesting because, Marina, we've had her on Scuba Radio before. She's quite accomplished. She has quite the gig down there at the Rec Bar. If you haven't seen it, it's down there. I forget what is the hotel name, Barry. It's right down there in your neck of the woods. What is that bar?
I'm trying to.
It used to be the Sheridan, but now it's something
It had
else.
another name because it's shaped like a ship, and I'm trying to think of the name. I'll find out for you.
Well, it's
you just look up the rec bar, can't you? Usually
yeah,
find
exactly.
it?
Well,
Like
that's
rec
true.
bar.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Rec Bar is the name of the bar inside the hotel.
yeah,
and
and,
they
then
put
they
on,
have windows
these
that
mermaid
open up to
shows.
the swimming pool,
Right.
so you can see it from there.
Portholes.
They call it the B Oceans Resort.
There you
now.
go. That's what it is now. It used to be the Sheridan Yankee
Clipper. That's what it was.
years ago, right?
Yes.
But now it's the B something.
The B Oceans Resort.
Yeah, and so I think it's like every Friday, Saturday, she does a show down there, and they have actually a burlesque underwater show too. She gets quite colorful. She's
Oh yeah,
quite
they got
a
plenty
thing.
of parking. It's a
Yeah.
nice hotel.
And
It's right on the water.
But it's a neat show that she does. But she does
Yeah.
all kinds of tiki things. She's believe it or not, she's a pilot and a wing walker on top of everything else she does.
So she's one of those girls that actually goes out on a biplane and walks out on the wing and hangs from it. I've seen pictures. We talked to her about her on our airplane show, Just Plain Radio, before too. So she's quite a interesting character and probably well deserving of her own documentary. So that's why she wasn't on Mer People, and we'll see what happens with her her own little thing.
When does that come out?
Well, it's going to make the rounds of the film festivals, I guess, over the next few weeks or months, and then one of the
fall probably.
Yeah, it'll pop up eventually where you'll be able to see it.
I'd watch that.
But you might be able to do a search online for Marina the Fire-Eating Mermaid, and maybe the trailer will pop up.
I've seen the show there, but I didn't see her eat the fire.
Yes, well, yeah, I don't know. She eats fire, I guess. I mean, must. I mean, that's her.
But you haven't seen her eat fire.
I have not seen her eat fire. I've only seen her play mermaid, and I've seen her beat on drums. And I've seen pictures of her hanging from airplanes.
She beats on drums?
Yeah, she's like one of those I don't know, tribal drum beater people.
I got some drums she could beat on.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's not a euphemism, right?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Literally got drums.
Oh, that's right.
In my drum room.
Oh, Cock Johnson is a drummer when he's not diving.
Do a duet.
Yeah, don't you remember in Fiji where he and the Fijian guy and Jerry started in the store just like going at it on one of the
Start going at it, all right.
The log drum, yeah.
Oh, that. Cool. Yeah, I remember that too. Okay.
Weren't supposed to mention that, Chris.
No,
Fair enough.
That's fine.
All right. Well, Rachel,
I got to play it, but I didn't have to buy it.
Yeah, that's true. But you brought a wooden drum home, didn't you?
I got a little one. Yeah, I got a little souvenir one.
Right.
I was more into I wanted to get the big wooden shark that I.
Yeah, true.
I found it.
Right. Souvenirs are always a tough thing to navigate.
I want to make sure I can get it home on the plane.
Right. But Rachel, let's go back to you because you were a little late to the party today, which is fine. We're glad you're with us. But we were asking earlier on the show, like, at what point do you start drying out as a diver? I mean, you're diving every week because you got to work at the aquarium, I assume, right? But after a week, you're not getting in the water that much?
You can assume that because it sounds cool, but truthfully, I'm actually overseeing the people that are getting in the water. I get in the water seldomly.
Really?
So I mean, truthfully, maybe like once a month. Sometimes like a few times a month.
Yeah.
But truthfully, like that's the kind of when people are like, "Oh, you're in the water all the time," I'm usually like, "Yeah." But
right.
in truth, since we're here and you're talking about it,
you suffer from diving withdrawals like the rest of us. I mean, what is that time frame where you go, man? It's been like 2 weeks since I've been in the water. I am going crazy. Does that happen to you or no?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does. I can go longer periods without it because I'm kind of just submerged in it.
Yeah.
I love I love the industry just as much as I love being underwater.
Right.
And so I love the doohickeys. I love the fixings. I love the organizing, all of the cool stuff. I like the books, catalogs. Looking through catalogs is just like so much fun.
Really? Just like dive catalogs of stuff that you want to take on your next dive trip.
Give me the Trident book in an hour and I'm totally pacified.
Wow.
I used to do that when I worked at the dive shops. It was like the best.
Uh-huh.
I feel you on that.
I don't know, like it's just I like the toys. I like fixing things too. And so and the people are fun. And so sometimes, getting in the water is hard. And though I love doing it, it's uncomfortable and it's hard. Mm-hmm. And it takes certain sacrifices to do. And so sometimes it's okay that I am not in the water all the time, but I'm lucky enough to be around it. And so,
well, I was going to say, when you're in an aquarium, like Aquarium of the Pacific, you're walking down the hallway and you see, these great underwater scenes like Casino Point, that one exhibit right there, that would almost feel like you're diving. That kind of, keeps you close to it in that sense. So I get that. But do you have a fixed time that you start to go a little crazy? Like, you know what? I've seen it enough. I got to get back in the water. And in that case, what would you do? Run over to Catalina, or would you just go off the coast of California, or you'd schedule a trip on a plane and go, or you'd not have a plan? You just go with the flow.
Oh gosh, there's so many things. Honestly, it would probably be about 3 in about 3 weeks, I start getting kind of itchy.
Okay.
Like I start getting, and then I usually will try to figure out when I can go in the exhibit next.
Right.
For some reason.
Yep. Come up with an
but-
excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'll go to the beach and force myself to get in the cold water.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do that too.
Well, see, the cold water doesn't scare her away, CJ. I mean, we have Florida Springs here, and that's what I was telling the gang earlier that, look, sure, the water's only 72, 74 degrees right now, but it's like 98 degrees in Florida.
87.
For the ocean water was 87.
The ocean water's 87.
I'm
Rachel,
talking about
have
air
you-
temp,
have-
but it's like 98 degrees,
cares about,
so it'd feel
98
good.
degrees. You get into ice water. 75 is like ice then.
I know. It'd feel refreshing.
Exactly,
Way to
Barry's
cool
right.
down.
Aye.
They say cool showers are good for
Go
you.
for it then. Jump in there.
All right. See, these I'm
I like
not
warm-
selling
I
it.
like warm water too. If I didn't just like grow up in it and get thrown in it as a kid and just
Yeah.
have to like deal with the sheer shock and pain of the coldness,
Right.
I would never do it.
Really? So you're a warm water wuss to your core is what you're trying to say, I think.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Is that
Okay.
what they call?
Yeah, warm water
that-
wuss. That's the technical term. Look it up in your catalog. I think that's what there's a section. Warm water wuss. Here's the gear for it. More coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio. Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio,
Scuba Radio.
the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
I can't believe them dumbass white people out in the middle of the ocean scuba diving. Shoot. You ain't gonna get me scuba diving. I'm gonna tell you that damn much right now. I'm too damn fat. I'd mess around and feed all them sharks if I went scuba diving.
If I was a great white, I wouldn't bite you, but I'd swim right next to you. If I was a great white, I wouldn't bite you, but I'd swim right next to you, cause it's my ocean too. So please keep it clean, cause I can be wicked mean, and I got sharp teeth. And if I realize that you don't care about the sea, well that means you don't care about me. Oh well, that's fine. I'll just rip you in bloody half this time. Yeah, if I was a great white shark. Rah!
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. That's ABC, by the way. That's what they call him.
I like that guy.
Yeah, he's
That's
a great
good
guy.
one.
Good song. He does a lot of stuff for Shark Week, which kicks off here in a couple weeks. Let's see, actually Monday, National Geographic is doing their Shark Fest.
They've been doing it.
Has it already been going on?
Yeah, it's
well,
been
Monday
going on.
night
They
at
do
10
the
o'clock
whole-
Eastern time, they have one featuring Neil Watson Jr.
Sweet. When
10
is it?
p.m.
Monday, when?
Eastern
10?
on National Geographic as part of their Shark
Nat
Fest.
Geo for the kids.
10 p.m. Eastern supposedly is the episode, and they filmed it in Bimini and did some stuff
Is that a
with
new one?
Neil. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Senior told me about it this week. So
Monday at 10.
Eastern
Did
time.
they-
Yes.
Did they have to blip out a lot of the audio?
Why?
With Neil's son, he's
It's a video show, Barry. So
okay.
There's plenty of editing. They take care of that. They can handle
All right.
people like Senior and Junior. Junior, yeah. He is a little bit more colorful in that regard. But
Colorful.
He gets a little lippy on this show.
yeah. Well, we get him during happy hour, and that's the problem.
Yeah, it
Sometimes
happens.
at the Gomez Hilton, he's made us hit the dump
That's cool. I'll
button
definitely
more
watch
than
that.
once.
I've been watching it like all week.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
You think they do better than Discovery?
I don't really compare them, but
Yeah.
it's smart counter programming because they go, all right, you guys got Shark Week. We're going to start 3 weeks before that.
Right. Yeah, they're trying to get a jump on it.
I mean, they're
Jump the
showing-
shark.
They're showing stuff that they've, It's older stuff that they've already aired.
Yeah, they recycle
but it's
a lot.
Still cool.
Yeah, but they put in some new ones, and I guess Monday at 10 p.m. is Eastern is a new one.
There is a good, decent focus on a lot of conservation stuff, and
right. Yeah, it's hard to say. I haven't heard much about the preview episodes on Shark Week yet, but we're still a few weeks away from that one, I believe. Isn't it in August, Jerry?
It's the last week of July.
Is it the end of July?
23rd, I think it starts.
Okay, there. Well, that's right. During mini season,
Jason Momoa's on it.
It's always the same week as lobster mini season in Florida. That's right. So there you go.
He's probably got the counter going on, tells him how many hours and minutes and seconds.
Aquaman.
Get to see Aquaman.
Barry, do you have a countdown to Jason Momoa hosting Shark Week?
I do have a countdown clock. I could set it for that.
Well, okay. You do you.
Sure, Barry.
We're not going to judge. Well, actually, we are going to judge you.
Of course you are. I'm used to it.
Yeah. I don't know. How do they deal with that out in California where you're at, Rachel? I mean, there's been actually quite the shark activity going on around the country, in the world for that matter, for the 4th of July. There's been a lot of incidents. But out there in California, have you been seeing anything? Is Shark Week or just the holiday and all the incidents that pop up on the news when the news cycle is a little slow is when they seem to percolate,
The only thing that I've really been noticing is more like stingray articles, which is a totally known thing, but like where I live is the stingray capital of the world.
Really?
Yeah, there's more stingrays here than anywhere. And I've always known that because I grew up at the beach because my dad was a lifeguard here.
Yeah.
And so I've always seen people being treated for stingrays, which is a super, super hot bucket of water. Like the hottest water you can possibly stand. Usually you get hit in the ankle because like you're walking out in the surf.
Right.
As a beach goer, like that's why I'm not a big surfer, is because I have stepped on them, but I've never actually gotten stung.
Yeah.
And so, but it's a concern here, and it's a concern when you're diving, because if your buoyancy is not right and you're on a sandy bottom and you're just kind of like bouncing, like that they can get you on your belly,
of
or
course,
on your hand or something.
It's a good incentive for the new diver.
That's what happened to Steve Irwin.
Well, yeah, that was
he wasn't
bad.
diving, but yeah.
He was snorkeling.
That wasn't a stingray. That was a very. She's talking about these smaller stingrays that people step on at the beach, right?
Well, no, actually that is.
Rays.
Yeah. But that's
the
what,
one that affects us the most in California.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but that was what got Steve Irwin too. That was a stingray.
No, but that was a real huge one.
Yeah.
That was a.
Well, they have you have the big ones and the small ones, don't you? Rachel, or is he talking about the small little purple colored ones? Is that what you're talking about, or what?
The ones in the ocean here, he's totally right.
Yeah, they're
the
smaller.
round rays.
Okay.
Yeah, they're totally smaller. They're small.
Yeah, they're small, and
okay, about the size as a dish plate, right? Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that got the other guy, that was a huge one, and
right, like a southern stingray or something.
Yeah, had a big tail with a nice. And
they'll get you. Yeah, but they still hurt regardless how big they are. I would never. One of my first lessons as a diver was down in the Keys, and my instructor took me down, and my wife, when we did our night dive for our checkout, I think it was advanced open water, is what we were doing, and we went diving on a night dive, and sure enough, we see a little small stingray like you're talking about, not a big one, but a small little one, and we're like, oh, that's cute, and he's like, yeah, look at it, it's cute, and he stuck his hand out and like was gonna show us like he petting it. He puts his hand across and whack, and I see him hold his hand and like his palm of his hand, and he's like moving his hand around, like what happened? And you just see him shaking around and stuff, and didn't think much about it, but as we got back up to the surface, he goes, oh yeah, it got me in the palm, no big deal. Don't ever touch marine life. I was stupid me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. Didn't really think much about it. And we went back to our hotel, and he had the room next to us, and we had just turned out the lights, and all of a sudden you hear boom, boom, boom on the side of the wall. And I'm like, what the heck? And I get up and I go out and I knock on his door. He says, dude, call Dan. I'm in excruciating pain. And I'm like, what? And this guy was well built and everything, kind of a big guy, and he literally was crying. And I called Dan, and they said, yeah, put his hand in as hot as water as he can stand, and that will help bring down the stinging cells a little bit until you can do more. And sure enough, that did it. But it was like scalding hot. It was torture any way you look at it. But I was like, wow, you talk about learning a lesson.
So what do they do after the hot water beyond that?
Well, it kind of neutralizes the stinging cells of the stingrays, and eventually they'll kind of die off a little bit.
Yeah.
So it denatures the proteins, apparently.
Yeah.
They say of the point or of the venom that's like escalating up your whatever limb it is that you get hit on.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't feel like it hurts initially, it creeps up and it will hurt later.
Yeah.
And so that's always something super important. And I think like the most important thing that people need to remember is if they're ever going in the surf is to do the stingray shuffle.
Right. Stingray shuffle. That's right.
If you've never heard of it before, look it up.
Well, hopefully that story will help drill it home
Stingray shuffle
as well. Because it was
Wouldn't
probably
they
about
still
an
sting
hour
you
and a
if you had kicked them doing that? You can still kick them by accident.
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't want to. Usually, they can feel the movement in the sand if you're shuffling, and they'll scurry off before you get to them. But let's not forget, if you don't like the person that got stung, you always fall back on the whole urinating on it kind of thing.
Or bring a hammerhead.
Yeah, but that doesn't do anything other than make things mildly amusing for yourself. Just a little fun tip from your friends here at Scuba Radio. On that note, we're going to wrap it up. Till next time, remember, it's always better where, gang?
Down where it's wetter.
Down where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
On the boat or down below if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.